This program is brought to you by the Center for a Sustainable Today.
My name is Richard Edwards. I'm the director of Planeterra. I'm currently residing in Toronto, Ontario, where Gap Adventures is located. Gap Adventures is the largest adventure travel company in the world, and they founded Planeterra in 2003, and a couple of years ago I came on as director of Planeterra, of the nonprofit organization. Costa Rica is basically the birthplace of ecotourism. It's where sustainability and travel have kind of come together, and was inspired to stay in that industry, moved back to the US and worked for several different adventure travel companies in the US, small adventure travel companies. But what drew me to work with Gap Adventures was it still had the same sustainability ethos that a lot of the smaller companies that I've been working for had, but it had the ability to make a difference in the destinations and work on significant projects that help local communities in the places that they visit. And that was an opportunity I couldn't turn down. The main message that I would like to share with everyone is the mainstream tourism industry can be converted to a more sustainable model. We're working very hard to show the value of our ecotourism, sustainable tourism model as something that has high consumer demand. People are looking for more experiential travel, and we are slowly showing the larger mainstream travel industry the way to more experiential travel. They're understanding that there's a business case for this kind of travel. It's extremely important that we move forward with a more sustainable tourism model because our destinations are crying for it. Our climate change, environmental degradation, our destinations aren't going to be there. From a tourism industry perspective, it's our product. The destinations are our product, and if they're not there in the most pristine way, if they're not an attractive product for travelers, then we don't have an industry. That's from the business standpoint. From a more global altruistic standpoint, we're really having a global environmental crisis. Nature-based tourism is in trouble if destinations keep deteriorating. So if we aren't able to convince mainstream travelers that they need to follow more environmentally friendly guidelines, then every type of traveler will suffer because the destination will not be any attractive for travelers in any way. Solutions are finding lower impact ways for building, first of all. So the lodging industry needs to look a lot more carefully at how they're building, how they're creating hospitality opportunities that blend into the local environment, take resources from the local environment that are sustainable. So from a purely structural and construction standpoint, those very base kind of requirements are there. Then you need to look more at the socioeconomic and sociocultural aspects of tourism. You have to maintain the sense of place. It has to be different to go to Indonesia than it is to go to China, than it is to go to Italy. You can't have such a homogeneous destination where everything looks the same because the hotel industry has put the same kind of hotels in every single destination. You need to really feel that when you go to a new country that you're actually in that country and local people are involved and that they are able to make a sustainable way to make a living. Other industries are able to extract resources from these destinations even though they are responsible for much smaller amounts of income for those destinations, is just because they've organized. And the tourism industry is just beginning to organize under umbrellas like the ESTC, the Global Sustainable Tourism Criteria, which allows us to come together with a unified voice on what sustainable tourism is and take that message out with everybody being on the same page about what that message is.